So I keep seeing Meatloaf on stage, the singer, who unfortunately passed, was it last year or the year before? But the song, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. And I'm seeing the female coming out. What is the part that she's singing in my mind right now? I just keep hearing her saying that, can you make it all a little less cold? So where are we going, Spirit? I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. And could you make it all a little less cold? This just came out in a reading that ended up being a general read. It started as a crow message, 14, which breaks down to a 5 distance. And make it all a little less cold, feeling like you're distant from everything. This crow is here and there are other crows around it, but that crow doesn't, none of them look like they're engaged with each other, even though they may even be sitting on the same tree. And then even with the field, there's some density here, but it's really sparse in the middle. And then you've got the sun all the way back here and some clouds above. So it feels like you're feeling like things are distant. I'll go ahead and put those back in because if they're meant to come out, they will. Like I said, even with the distance card coming out, even though I'd shuffled the deck a couple of times, and I literally did that message that turned into a general read. So 24, which breaks down to a 6. We have a 5 and a 6. And so it's like the distance is an illusion. Because there are other things, like we have these dandelions here. So you have the trash cans reflected in the mirror. And so that can feel like, but whatever this relationship is to you could even be a situation. It looks good. Like that field, there's the sun, there's the green grass, the heart. But there's some sparseness there. There's some distance. And it may feel like it's just trash. It's not working, that things are just not going to happen. But it's remembering, I feel like, that some things were good. Notice that there's also, we've got the branches in the mirror and the branches in the tree. So it's like what you're experiencing is distance. And it may even feel like the love was an illusion, and that's okay. But this is all about perspective. You may feel like others don't understand you with the mimicry here, 30, which can break down to a 3. That others don't understand you, that you're being misjudged, and you might be. And you may be being isolated or separated out. But we still have a field of dandelions here. Like there's the dandelions down there and the dandelions down here. And this is getting grounded so you can get clear. Notice we started out with the sun up here, and now we've got these cloudy skies. And so it's about having that balance. We've got a sun here too, but it's behind the clouds. 46, which breaks down to a 10 or a 1, depending on how you look at it. The sun's behind the clouds, and there are these white flowers in the trees now. The trees aren't bare, and you're soaring up past it. Notice that the other crows aren't with you. So that's not to say that it's the same situation or that you don't feel like you're separated from whatever it was from the past, but it's that you may not even have the perfect, I've run over, so I'm starting to lose track. You may not even have the perfect, exit is the only word coming into my mind, transition, way to move forward, but you're moving. And that's what's required. The main thing is that you're moving from this feeling into something, well, these 3 feelings, distance, illusion, and mimicry, into something different. We'll make this into another general read. I'll have to record an introduction for these. All right. Spirit, so how are we moving into that area that we're soaring? What needs to be the focus for whoever this is for to get out of that feeling of the past? 4 of Cups. Yeah, so there's an offer that may come in, or a new person or relationship, whatever it is for you, that may come in. And so it's anything that comes in the future, not allowing what's happened in the past to impact and color your view of the new offer. There's even leaves on this tree versus the trees that we've had in here, all of them except for the one that has the new flowers, or the flowers on it. I know my camera or my light glares on the card sometimes. But this tree, I mean, it's full of new growth. The sky is even blue. So this is being open to the new opportunities that come in, not allowing, again, that past to make you feel like you can't trust it. Just because, I heard just because the tree is the same doesn't mean it can't change. It could even be a family tree, who knows? Because strength card, and the infinity. Like, you have the strength. There's the flowers, that new beginning, or even a difficult situation. Like, it may be scary, the situation with the maiden and the line that 555 on the clock change, and the message that also became a general message. We had distance as one of the cards that came out, and it's a 5, and there were 2 other 5 cards that came out. So this is a time for a lot of people, I feel like, of change, and it can be changes in relationships, changes in jobs, changes within yourself that maybe you don't understand and you don't know how to move forward with. And so we have the strength card, and again, we've got this one tree, and it's a different tree, but it still has green on it. Like, there's still growth in that heart chakra area. You can, what did I just hear? Something about regrowing the leaves. You can regenerate. You can regenerate. So it's still you. It's just different leaves, a different perspective. All right, what is that one? Yeah, the Queen of Cups. It's about balancing those emotions, recognizing the things that are around you with this moon up here, allowing things to come to light and allowing yourself to release some of the worries about them, to not always be on guard. We've got the crab down here, which is pulling me to Cancer energy, and how sometimes, while there can be a really big heart, any of us water signs, we sometimes can also shut that off. We may give too much and give for too long, but sometimes we can shut it off if we feel like that we've been shut out. Oh yeah, and there's a fish right here, the Pisces. Like, this whole card is, of course, water signs, water energy. And we have that lotus flower up here on top of these stones that are stacked. So this isn't an easy journey. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But you're in the stars. You're being called to heal. You're being called to allow yourself to open up again and to recognize that you can do the hard things. I say, as I'm looking at these mushrooms down here, same as like with the lotus flowers. Sometimes they grow in the dark. The darkness is not something to fear. It's something that we face and we learn to move through. And if you didn't have that darkness there, if you didn't have difficult times, you wouldn't learn anything. You wouldn't grow. Let's see. Anything else? What's on the bottom? 5 of Swords. Yeah, you're letting that battle go. Battle from the Urban Crow Oracle was one of the other cards that had come out in that reading, that general read. So like I said, I don't know when I'll post them, but the energy is similar. And I think that's because right now, a lot of people are feeling this. A lot of things are coming to light. This year, this time has been a big change. A message that I did January 22nd, 2025. I only know that because it came up earlier in the year, and so the date stuck in my head. But it was about the fact that this is a shakeup. This is a time of change. And it's, what were the things that Spirit said? It was in my cardinal journal before I filled that up. It's going to be it's going to be okay. It's a moment in time. And so whether that's personal, global, familial, whatever it is, it's a time of change. And it doesn't mean that everything comes back together the way it was before. Change doesn't usually work that way. It means that things happen in a different way. So there are some things that you may feel distance from, or you may feel like you lose, but there are also things that you gain if you're focused on seeing it from, where is it? Here we go. The 4 of Cups and the Queen of Cups, balancing your emotions, healing the heart, and seeing it from a different perspective so that you're not just pushing all those possible opportunities out of the way. Yeah, Ace of Wands. So this, look at the path right here, and there are these white feathers coming down. So there are clouds over here, but there's white feathers with our higher self, whatever divine it is that you relate to. We've got the yellow flowers building that confidence. There's a lot of yellow in this card. So solar plexus chakra, healing the solar plexus chakra as well as the heart chakra. Now this crow is still in a distance from the city, but it's on a path to a city, something new. I'm getting cards stuck on me. So it doesn't mean that you have to feel distant. Sometimes we outgrow situations and things, and it can be difficult, but just remember that soar card is in there because you are, I mean, it literally is a journey from the distance to being called to accept new things, balancing your emotions. That strength card, knowing that the battle is over. I'm hearing battle in your mind. And soaring to new heights, to different places. Ace of Wands, yes. I feel like that's the whole read in 11 minutes. So these are going to be some shorter general reads. That's awesome. All right. Because again, this is, I may have to just, like I said, record a separate introduction for what a crow message turns into a longer read, but I'm Rebecca with Empathic Crow, and these general readings is exactly that. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I hope that you find 11:33 on the clock a message that is helpful to you in them. That is always my goal. That's why I love when people like, share, and subscribe, because that does help the message to reach more people, and I love seeing the comments and connecting with you. So I hope this was helpful. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you'd like to explore your personal journey, you can always book a private reading. I also do the Spirit Connections mediumship, and I do a distance Reiki session. All of the sessions are offered live at this time. If you'd like a recorded reading, you can request that, and 12:12 on the clock we can discuss what that would look like. But right now, to honor the energy, your energy, my energy, I'm just offering the lives at this point unless there's a specific request. Keep an eye out, because I am figuring out what are the things that I really want to do, I really connect with as far as my offerings. And so there have been some changes on the website, and hopefully they are things that are helpful for all of us. And growth and change are difficult sometimes, but they are what help us to get to where we want to go. All right. I hope that was helpful. Take care.